Shit, what up, 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 what up? Um, hmm, interesting. I think I would have to pop this out. I believe. Then here. Morning, Tiff. What's up? Just seeing what's the deal right now. Yes. Yeah. Uh-oh. Got people. What's up? What's up, Ed? What's going on? Let me see if I can. Um, Let me refresh this real quick. Hmm, interesting. Why is my other stream not popping up? I got enough time to configure that, so I guess I will right now. Let me see. Oh my God, that's horrible. That's horrible. Let me click the bell so I know when y'all texting. That's horrible right there, Tiff. Damn. Man. Don't want to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Oh my God. Stolen car. That's crazy work. Man, that hurt, Ed. That hurt, man. That hurt, man. Sorry though. Yeah, Tiff. Damn. Motherfuckers out here stealing cars and shit. That shit crazy. Police won't do nothing. That's crazy. Let me see if I can set up this real quick. Assistant King screen tree. Hold up, I need to resize this. So, stream key. Copy that. Let's shut that down real quick. And then figure it out like this. Um, I know this motherfucker ain't calling me. Bang canvas. Configure one of these outputs. Quick. Delete that. Paste that in there. Okay. Save that. And then let's see if it works now. Now I gotta go back to the browser. A lot of technical difficulties. Okay, bang, we working now. Okay, on that other site. So let me click that. All right. Okay. And while I'm at it, let me post this and pin this. My fault, y'all. Getting a few things together right away. Finally. All right, I think we good to go now. I think we good to go now. My fault, y'all. Gotta do what you gotta do though. I think we good to go now. My fault, y'all. Gotta do what you gotta do though. Yeah, okay. The chat, catch back with the chat. Yeah, that's lame. Tiffany said, I gotta go to court over my shit. I hate New York. Like, how? That's my shit in my name. But I'm gonna call the finance company tomorrow and report it. What up, Mackie? What's going on? But I'm gonna try to win some money today to feel better. Yes, yes. Bro, I got two stone cold winners from you for you in tonight's Lions Chiefs game. We'll bring it on. Love it when you say that. What's up, Herb? I'm following you already. I'm your big fan. Oh man, what's up with it, Herb? How you doing, man? Good morning. Good morning. Um, what's the deal? And if you know, you can also follow on YouTube because that's where I am mainly. Y'all can see it up top there, tails right there. You know, I encourage people to go over there to that platform right there. You can follow me, and if you want to support me, you can support me there too. But you can follow me right there with a host of others um, with free plays, man. You know, a lot of taggers, a lot of coppers over there and stuff like that with a lot of free plays and stuff like that, man. Just I encourage you guys to sign up there and follow who you like. Check the feed, whatever the case may be with that. Okay. Um, Gus say over 2.5 extra points made, and the Lions Chief both yeah. Over 2.5 extra points made. Where's that at? Over 2.5 extra points made, huh? I'm gotta look over here a lot, man. I ended up buying another for my son. I ended up buying another PC. So that PC that I had, I gave it to my son. Then I hooked this one up. So another PC. That's crazy. I had to reset and reorchestrate a lot of stuff. All right. So shout out to Gus, man, with the over 2.5 extra points made there. Lions and Chief, both absolute nuts. Where'd you get that at, man? Over 2.5 extra points, man. Let me see something. Let me see if I can boost that up a little bit. See if we could get a parlay or something, a couple plays of parlay or something like that going today on chalkboard. Bet. You guys got chalkboard? You can definitely get that play from Gus. Let me see though. This one, I hope that my screen look a little bit more clearer now. I can run a check on it real quick. Let's see. It does. Okay. All right. I know mostly everybody's been doing their thing here. Let me run to that game real quick though. NFL 10-6, man. Only site I'm on. I'm still on. Only site I'm still on. Been banned from the others. I'm still banned. What about Onyx? Do you got Onyx? Anybody don't got Onyx? Anybody got Onyx? Anybody got Onyx? I got a promo code for Onyx, man. Anybody don't have Onyx? We'll see what I can do, Herbert. We'll see what I can do, Herbert. Um, I haven't looked at any plays I worked. Oh my God, man! It's pretty much. I did a stream, pretty much the same thing from last time. I've been trying to get into my X. They won't since I switched computers. They won't let me into my X, man. Mm, mm. They won't let me into my X. But let me see. What? Oh my God! You banned from there too? Damn, that's crazy work. Golly. All right. Let me take a look at that. I want to see that though. I want to see that. Let's go to that game. Field goals. Scoring. Tiffany, yeah, I don't know. So it's easy money. Yeah. Um, Field goals. First field goals. High scoring. Okay. I know Prize Picks might have something similar to that. What up, bro? I see everybody on Seahawks. Seahawks, I don't know. I don't know. What's up, though? How you doing? Seahawks, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. All right, so uh, first things first, right? Um, I like a few things here and there, right? How about we pull up a site like Prop Finder, um, cheat sheets. How about we pull up Game Day, NFL? How about we pull up Game Day, NFL? Couple game days, and we can figure things out from there, right? Game day here. NFL chat going off this morning. That's what's up. Everybody live. NBA. That's when you're gonna see me every day. I bet big on that don't take long for them to get beat badly and after many weeks to beat them. How you find you survive those guys? You right, smacking them Sunday. What's up, Chili? Chill. What's up, Chill? What's going on, man? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, we could build a parlay. We could build some plays or whatever the case may be. You need my thoughts? Yeah, for sure, Gus. You need my thoughts, or I get you guys' thoughts, whatever the case may be, anything like that. I'm with it. 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 Um, I can go by game and let you guys know what I like there. There would be no Kyler Murray. I had to take him out my fantasy lineup and put in. I'm starting Trevor Lawrence today, so it is what it is with that situation. I would still expect somebody like Trey McBride and for those guys to get in there and have. But I'm not betting on those guys. The Colts. These are the guys that I do like to bet on here in this sense here. If I'm looking for touchdowns and stuff like that, of course, I'm looking at Jonathan Taylor and I'm looking at. I'm looking at Jonathan Taylor, man. I'm looking at for possibly multiple touchdowns. He's probably the only way I probably would go. Trey, what's up, my guy? What's going on? Trey, what's up? He'll probably be one of the guys. That's the only way that I probably go there. Looking at but Pittman though, Pittman is the one. It's one of the ones or whatever. How you want to look at it. I filtered to this year. 2025. He's got a touchdown in every game except for one. Really like Pittman there. Looking at some of these receiving, I'll throw a heart on that Bam, right? So I can have that set to the side. I should have did that before it was streamed, but it is what it is. I just want to come on here and chop it up with y'all and see what y'all thinking and whatever the case may be, right? But Pittman is I'll talk about some touchdowns. We'll talk about some touchdowns this morning, right? Pittman definitely is one of the guys that I like there for the price. You'll get on DraftKings the plus 185 for a guy who's got 4 touchdowns in every single game. I mean, he's got a touchdown in every single game except for one. So, Pittman at that price is one of those guys that I definitely like, okay? Looking at the defenses and stuff like that, when I'm looking at the coverage here, they playing 74% zone there. I don't think I will make it through the season with a chalkboard either up on this one. Oh, Gus clowning that. Yeah, so even you looking at man, he's got 9 targets, 8 receptions, right? It's killing them there. And then in zone, 17 receptions on 24 targets there. And he's got a touchdown, 2 touchdowns on man, 2 touchdowns in zone, so it is what it is, right? I like it. If for my people who still use game day, still have game day and team stuff like that, you could also look at some coverage data and stuff like that. Receivers by positioning, slots, and where these guys are getting, coming out, and the coverage data, how these defense are covering guys. So say for instance, we're looking at the Arizona Cardinals defense. They're playing zone 79% of the time. One high safety on 42% of the time, two high safety, right? And then you could come over there. Let's say I pull up another one. I could look at receiving, coverage data, defensive schemes, coverage matchups. Let me see. How would I do this here? Zone safeties. I would go with the team. I would go with the Colts. Just to give you guys an example of how you can do things moving forward. You're probably going to want to go back and look at this here. The Colts, let's say I go Indianapolis Colts. If I could find them. Okay, Indianapolis Colts. Then I'll slide back here. The defensive scheme for Arizona, and you can go by weeks or whatever the case may be. Zone, and then they playing, two high safety, and one high safety. They play that safeties a lot. Let's see, one high safety zone. Oh wait, man. Okay, hold on. Safety, man, zone. Two high safety zone. Two high safety, one high safety. So I can go over there. You can play two, or you can play one, right? You can add it. You can add in the wide receivers. Zone, since they play 80% zone. You can just look at it as zone, targets, routes, receptions, whatever the case may be. Or you can just, you can put one high safety up there and see how these receivers perform there. Or you could put two high safeties up there, or one and two, to see how these guys perform. So it is what it is in that situation. You got two high safety zone right here. You see Pittman is in the green, right? He's in the green. Targets per route run, yards per route run, things like that. So if you want to break things down a little bit more into it, you know what I'm saying, you can do things like that. And like I say, receiver stats by positioning. You can pull up another tab. You can look at receiver stats by positioning. You can go with teams. I can go with the Colts here. Indianapolis Colts. The alignment, right? Backfield, inline, wide, slot. Inline is more like when they getting like in that bunch formation. I want to say in that bunch formation, you know what I'm saying. And then the backfield, of course, that's the backfield. Wide is wide, and then slot is the slot, right? So it is what it is. So if I was looking at slot, right, and then you can see the defense is split too. So if I was looking at slot, I'm just trying to show you guys one example right here. You know what I'm saying? So if I was looking at slot here, Indy, slot, 5 games, targets. Let me see. Receiver alignment, receiver defensive split. No, receiver alignment. Okay. Okay, I can filter it like this. Josh Downs doing a lot of work in the slot. Warren, he's in slot. Warren's in line as well, right? And his wide routes is him and Josh Downs. They can step out there, but not much. Pittman, wide. He's leading in wide. He will get in the slot too. Okay, so that's how you can figure out. That's how you can figure out how and where you want to target some of these defenses at, right? You know what I'm saying? So you got your wide, inland, slot, all that shit, right? So I just wanted to point that out. Because you can use a few of these sites in conjunction, okay? One more time, I'll pull up game day one more time on the end here. Let me see. Game day, bang. Then I fly it over to NFL. Okay. So, like I said, I do like Pittman. Those will be the touchdown guys for me, Pittman. And, of course, Jonathan Taylor's probably up there at about a minus 300 or something like that. You would have to see if you could find some value like in the first half touchdown or second half touchdown, multiple touchdowns to find better value for somebody like Jonathan Taylor. But right now I'm just doing, I ain't say I'm speed reading, but I'm just doing a drive by, right? So the Rams, I really like this. I really like the Rams here. Offense today. I know there's a couple people that got a couple people that I know there's a couple people that they're doing a few things over here to try to help this Baltimore defense, but look at all this green here, right? This is what they've been doing. This is what's been going on. Okay, look at all this green here, right? Green. That's a lot of green. So when I view advanced, I'll click advanced right here and get an advanced number of where defenses are scoring touchdown at versus this team. But like I said, when you're dealing with a Los Angeles Rams team, more than likely the offense is concentrated. We know we like Stafford for over 1.5 touchdowns. We could probably enter plus money in territory if we go to 3, right? That's one way you can attack it. Well, we know we do like Kyron Williams because they like Kyron Williams. He can do no wrong in their eyes, and he can be somebody that can go in there and get you multiple touchdowns, okay? Also, right along with just being a target monster in itself, Devontae Adams has been a deep threat, right? When you can look at this season here, bam, you look at this season, this is his longest reception, right? If you think he can beat them and beat the hell out of them, then you can run a longest reception in conjunction with a touchdown, a long touchdown type shit, right? We know, what I'm saying? And I also like his receptions. You know what I'm saying? It is what he's over this number in 2 of his last 5 games. So, it is what it is. Right now you get it at minus 127. It's an okay number if you like it. And then, Puka Nacua is somebody that's self-explanatory, right? The touchdown for so I like the longest reception for sure. You'll get that number at 23.5 on FanDuel. You'll get that number for minus 114. That's probably the best line out there right now, 23.5. Like I say, he's hit this number in every game. Okay. Doesn't mean he's going to hit it today. It doesn't. You can always ladder this number up. Just remember, concentrated offenses are good. What do I mean by concentrated offenses? We know where the ball is going. Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, and as far as running the ball, more than likely it's going to always be Kyron Williams, right? So, looking at when you look at Matthew Stafford and stuff like that, you're looking at reads and stuff like that. The first read, he's going percentage of throws thrown to the first read targets. 74% of the time he's throwing to the first read targets, right? And I filter the reads, the first read guys here. You got Puka Nacua, first read almost 60% of the time. And then you got yes sir. And then you got, followed by him, Devontae Adams. See, the first read for Puka, 58% of the time. The first read for Devontae Adams, 36% of the time. Nobody else is in double digits in the passing game. That's what we mean, right? That's what we mean by concentrated offense, where we know where the ball is going. We don't have to guess. We're not waiting to the fourth quarter for this motherfucker to get his 4th or 5th catch or something like that. Even though Devontae Adams have been making us wait, but I mean, it is what it is. And then, the defense, right? We see a lot of green here. 5 touchdowns to the running back 1. 5 rush touchdowns to the running back 2. Wide receiver 2. So let me back it up again. 5 touchdowns to the running back 1. 2 of those were reception touchdowns, right? 15 carries, and they allowed 15 carries in the red zone, whatever case may be, however you want to call that. Wide receiver 2, 5 receiving touchdowns. Running back 2, 3 rushing touchdowns. Touches the running back 2. Wide receiver number 1, 2 touchdowns. Tight end number 1 got 1 touchdown. Wide receiver number 3 got a touchdown. So people been getting busy on that Baltimore defense. They should, bro. They've been getting busy on that defense, and like I said, they've done. I think they got a tad bit little. Baltimore defense got a tad bit healthy, and maybe I think I seen them make a move for a safety or a cornerback. But whatever the case may be, up until now, that defense has been ass trash. So it's a multitude of things here that I like in this game. And I just, I couldn't talk you off a touchdown for Derrick Henry. Okay. He's going to always be in play for me. I don't really care. Right. I don't really care the matchup. If they can find some way to get down there, Derrick Henry is a candidate to punch it in. I don't care what you say. And you're going to get it. You're going to get his number at, we just got to look at, I got to look at it as reality. You feel me? If somehow they find a chance for a way to move that ball and get it down there, he's going to be one of the guys. There won't be no Lamar today, right? Yeah, so he's going to be one of the guys that's going to try to punch it in, and then boom, you'll get that for a -115. It is what it is. They at the end of the day, they still NFL players. A touchdown. It is what it is. Yep. So right now you'll get Devontae Adams touchdown at +110. Tremendous value. You're getting better value on the wide receivers. Kyron Williams he's probably a 2 touchdown candidate today. Okay, definitely. I'm not going to talk too much about this game because we know what's going on. I gave you guys the spiel, so it is what it is. The Pittsburgh Steelers and then the Cleveland Browns, right? Off the back, I do like the kid, right? Judkins. Judkins here. I like him, right? He gets down there. I'm looking at him for the touchdown, right? He's a touchdown candidate. Let me throw him over there. So it is what it is with that situation. There's nothing more to talk about. The rushing attempts for him this season, he's over that number, in back-to-back games. So that's something that you can definitely look at there. His rushing attempts, receptions. I don't know if I'll go there, right? I don't know if I'll go there, but he's a touchdown candidate for me. So let me stop wasting some time, okay? The tight end position is a position that is very interesting to me. It's just that you got Njoku, and we got the Fannin thing going on right here, right? So it's kind of crazy, right? So let me see. It's a few teams, and I can kind of like speed that up for you guys when we're looking at the tight end position today, right? So I can say defense versus pass catchers, position. How about tight end? Okay. So how about receptions, right? Giants. Okay, Baltimore is giving up first position. How about the tight end? Okay. Try to speed things up. So when you're looking at targets, we're going to be I ain't going to say, and we don't, we can, you know what I'm saying? But Seattle, right? They've given up 3 touchdowns. Arizona, both of the tight ends positions, they've been giving up, yards and receptions and targets, all to that category right there. Baltimore is right there in the green as far as receptions, and you can see this whole category right here, right? Just a chart that you can see who's been doing, not the greatest versus tight ends in receptions, right? You got the Giants there, you got Dallas there, you got Cincy there, right? That's targets. Touchdowns, the Jets. I think they just got scored on by a tight end. I don't know who the fuck that guy was, right? Cincinnati, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, Carolina, whatever. Red zone targets, New Orleans, Cincinnati. These are teams that's going to their tight ends in the red zone. New Orleans, Cincinnati, Arizona, Cleveland, right? So Cleveland's, like I said, they're facing Pittsburgh. Where's Pittsburgh? Right here. Touchdown, it could be in play here, right? Could be in play here, right? So that's where we were. Now, looking at this defense, how about we look at David Njoku? How about the coverage? So they play in zone 60, 61% of the time. David Njoku, 14 receptions on 19 targets. So he's been okay. The thing about that, like I said, man, you got Fannin right there too, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fannin, Harold Fannin Jr. He also has been okay, especially versus the zone. 16 receptions on 19 targets. So it could be a busy day for these guys, for these tight ends here. It could be a busy day for these tight ends here. And so, you know, but they got two, right? So I'm wondering, I'm quite sure they're going to be trading Njoku sometime. So we'll see what's going to happen in that sense, right? Another guy we could definitely take a look at here would be Jaylen Warren. When we're looking at the receptions here, this season, I know he missed a game or so, but last two games with the boy back there. I mean, with Aaron Rodgers back there, you know he's not going to want to get sacked. He's going to want to get that ball out and stuff like that. So pretty decent defense for this Cleveland team too, okay? The running backs here versus this team, when it comes to receptions-wise, I mean, Jordan Mason had 3 receptions. Jahmyr Gibbs, I mean, I don't know what happened that game, but he only had 2 targets. Josh Jacobs had 5 receptions. Justice Hill had 3 receptions. So the receptions are there. And are they going to need him? They probably will need him, right? We can take a look at pass catchers, running back pass catchers here. Cleveland, they down here towards the bottom, right? Yards per carry total. All right, per catch, whatever. But I think he's in line. I think he's in line for 2.5 receptions. Am I going to get there? I don't know. It's just a play that I do like. And DK Metcalf, no. Well, actually, the tight ends on both sides of the ball should be in play here as well. But very interesting play. This is a play that I like. Very interesting play, over 2.5 receiving yards, receptions for Jaylen Warren. And like I said, the tight ends here, you got Jonnu Smith and you got Freiermuth. Both of these guys here, they are involved in some shape, form, or fashion. So it can be kind of hard, man. But for touchdowns, you get tremendous value on these guys. Let me see. Touchdown, Harold Fannin, plus 550. 475 for Njoku. What? 2 touchdowns, plus 6,000. Woo, man. Plus 180 for a DK Metcalf touchdown. I don't mind DK Metcalf's receptions here. I don't. Sitting at you got lines, one line juiced up at a minus 164 as a parlay piece. I don't mind going there at 3.5. He should get the targets no matter what. Aaron Rodgers does know how to force him down. Force him. But at the end of the day, if you want to get to one of these tight ends here, I don't know which one to get to. Will probably be maybe Jonnu. I don't know, right? His reception line sitting at 3.5. The books know something. What about Pat Freiermuth? His reception sitting at what? 1.5. Okay, and he's hit that game. He's hit that number. 2 of his last 3 games this season. So, it's ways to figure things out here. I don't know which way I want to go with that, but Judkins would be a touchdown candidate for me for sure. San Francisco, man, Tampa Bay. I was looking at the over in this one. I definitely was looking at the over in this one. I expect runs to be put up. I mean, I expect touchdowns. I expect scoring. Okay, so looking at these defenses here, I'm not a big fan of this Tampa Bay defense right now. I don't know, but it is what it is. Tight end. One, they're giving up 4 touchdowns to the tight end one, right? So, they got some decent tight end plays over here. That'll be somebody like Tongus or whatever the case may be. You can take a look at tight end one here. You get a touchdown for him at plus 300. Just because of the matchup, I'll put a like up there. Tampa Bay playing zone 68% of the time. We know those plays are set in stone. We said this ever since the week 1, week 2. Ever since Kittle got hurt. They're not going to abandon those tight end plays. Tompkins is in play, right? You get a touchdown for him a touchdown for him at what? Plus 300 on FanDuel. They playing zone 68% of the time. He's got 2 touchdowns versus zone, 24 targets, good for 17 receptions. He's somebody you could look at for touchdowns, put them together and see what you got, right? Also receptions. He's just coming off a game where he had 11 targets on 7 receptions there. He should be somebody that he's a reception. He's a 3.5 reception candidate. Okay, so I definitely like that. Whether his receptions at 3.5 and or his touchdown, it just is what it is, right? And then the yards. You could look at the yards and or the yards and or receptions for somebody like Christian McCaffrey. The few games that Mac Jones has played, as you can see, first read target percentage 71%. When we're looking at the first read guy, Ricky Pearsall is out. That leaves who else? Christian McCaffrey, and then followed by Jake Tongus and Kendrick Bourne and whatnot. Looking at Christian McCaffrey here, his receptions probably at 5.5 now. Let's see, 6.5. And at the end of the day, I still think he gets there. I ain't even gonna lie. It's just one of those numbers where it's just high. It's just high. But you can look at his receiving yards. Receiving yards at 50.5. Wait a minute, right? If you don't want to get to the receptions, you could definitely look at the receiving yards. So that's something that you can look at for sure. He's just really a stable. So, I mean, you could take the yards straight, and you could also take the touchdown, the yards straight, and the receptions if you want. You could take them all straight if you want, right? I like them, whatever the case may be. Running backs in this, I wouldn't even compare none of these running backs to him. But at the end of the day, I mean, Charbonnet, he doesn't get that many whatever, right? Because he's in a timeshare. So I mean, 1 reception for 12 yards, and you can look at the longest reception too. Let's see, the longest reception. That's what I didn't look at. Longest reception is at 17.5. This season, he's over this number in 3 of his last 5 games, right? Pretty much all the running backs this season hit their longest reception versus this team, as you can see now. So some of the running backs versus this team, Zach Charbonnet, longest reception was at 6.5. He hit that. I think that was the longest reception. Don't quote me on that. But Saquon Barkley, 4 receptions. Braylon Allen, 2 receptions, and his teammate Breece Hall had 4 receptions on 6 targets. Hit his longest reception line. Nick Chubb, damn, he hit his longest reception line. Ain't that some shit? On 2 receptions. Bijan Robinson, 6 receptions. He had a 50-yard one. So it is what it is. It is what it is, right? Mackey said JSN, McMillan, Genty, Josh Jacob, anytime touchdown. I like it. I'm what I got today. I'm going through them. I'm putting hearts on everything right now. So you ain't too far back if you're sitting around. But Christian McCaffrey, I think he's in play. He's in play for a touchdown. Maybe he's in play for possible 2 touchdowns. He's in play for his longest receptions. I don't really do his rushing yards, right? His receptions, his longest reception, and his receiving yards, right? I like everything. McCaffrey, 3.5, and like I said, Tongus, 3.5 receptions for him. I couldn't talk you off of it. Going over here to game day, running backs, pass catching, receptions. Let me see, Tampa Bay. Where they getting them the most at? Reception yards to the running back. Reception yards to the running backs. Okay. All right. Okay, I like that. All right. Tongus. On the flip side, like I said, what's the total to this game? I didn't bet this game total or anything yet, but NFL. I think I want to bet this one here. Let me see. I think both teams can get a touchdown in each half in this one. Look at that Denver game. Man, get out of here, man. Let me see. Hold it. Arizona. I want to see what the line. Tampa Bay. I want to see what this line is. Team props. So you'll get it for plus 160. Both teams to score a touchdown in each half at plus 160 over here. And then on FanDuel, plus 138. So if I'm playing this, I'm playing it on FanDuel. I mean on MGM. I'm already knowing MGM lines are always good, more than often than not. Mac Jones. His passing touchdown sitting at 1.5. What is the line for that? 1.5 at plus 110 is very intriguing there. That's very intriguing to me. He's hit this number 2 of his last 3 games. Once versus LA and once versus New Orleans. Only threw 1. Okay, what about his rushing yards? Let's see. Rushing yards, 5.5. Rushing attempts, 3.5. 2.5. That's interesting. 2.5. So Jalen Hurts, Tyrod Taylor, C.J. Stroud, and Michael Penix Jr., they all hit their rushing attempts, okay? You'll get 2.5 rushing attempts for him at plus 100 on DraftKings. No, that's MGM right there. So his rushing attempts is something that you could probably look at. How about, let me see. So this is this year, right? He played 3 games this year. He's over this rushing attempts line going back to last year. You know what I'm saying? So he's played 3 games this year. But right here, I'll just push 2024. 2024, he's over this line in 6 of his 10 games, right? So he clearly will take off, okay? His rushing yards are sitting at 5.5. 5.5, right? That's either you getting there or not type shit. Now, what quarterbacks have been doing? Sam Darnold ain't going nowhere. Jalen Hurts, 62. Tyrod Taylor, 48. Even C.J. Stroud, 27, okay? And 21 for Michael Penix Jr. What I will do here, I'll just throw that 5 yards right there, 5.5 yards right there, just leaving a notion for, hey, I know he'll either his rushing attempts or, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. Now, MGM the only one got this line, maybe, right? I'll take a look at DraftKings because DraftKings, you might be able to ladder his shit. Let's say you might want to, if you're feeling froggy, you want to do a long shot, you want to go to 10, some shit like that. So Russian props here. They don't have it out. They don't have it out. Okay. They don't have it out. They probably just got his over under, but they don't have the alternate out for him. So that's interesting, right? On the flip side, okay. On the flip side, I mean, going back here. Let me see. Let me go back here. On the flip side, I can't talk you off anything here. So Bucky Evans out, Mike Evans out. We got to look at Rashad White, right? So where I'm looking at him, I'm definitely looking at his receptions. He's got back-to-back games this season with 4 receptions or more. His line is at 3.5. I'm gonna like it. Everything's pretty much green for the defense here when it comes to San Francisco defending running backs receptions. So let's see. San Francisco. So when we're looking at receptions here, bring them up. San Francisco is number 5 in receptions to the running back. Targets, San Francisco is number 5 in giving up targets to the running back. Yards, not that many, right? Yards per catch at 10, indicating that there's a possibility he can hit his longest catch there. Possible. Let me see. San Francisco. Where's San Francisco? It was just right there. Or was I just tripping? Right? Let's go to receptions. San Francisco. Oh, I was tripping. So his reception could be hit, right? They also given up 2 red zone touchdowns through the air to the running back. That's what White does. Okay, that's what White does. That's what White. Hold up. What was that, man? Oh, okay. That's my boy Mackey. What do you got here? Mackey sending them through. He's sending big tickets through here. Let me see if I can get this. Hold up, Mackey. Let me see if I can get this. It's a new PC. I haven't been on Instagram. Let's see if I can pull that up. Log me in, fam. Log me in. What the hell? I'll figure it out some type of way. I'll figure it out. Right. So Rashad White should and could be in play here for his receptions. Okay, he's in play. I'll put a heart right there as a lean. Right, anytime touchdown. He just had 2 touchdowns versus Seattle. How did those touchdowns come? He what did he do? How did he get those touchdowns? He had rushing touchdowns, receiving, rushing yards. Let me see how to get those. I don't know how he got those. Let me see. Rushing attempts, anytime touchdowns. 2. It doesn't show you how. Let's see. Rashad White, touchdown. Okay, those were 2 rushing touchdowns. Those were 2 rushing touchdowns. All right, so when I'm looking at Emeka Ibuka, I mean, he's been killing it, man. He's been killing it. I can't talk you off any of that. I can't, right? I can't talk you off any of that. San Francisco, when you're looking at the advanced numbers for the touchdowns situation here, running back 1, 3 touchdowns. 2 of those touchdowns have been San Francisco have been reception touchdowns. So remember, White can do that. Okay, White can do that. Right. Tight end 1, 2 touchdowns. Wide receiver 2 touchdowns. Okay. Running back 2 has a touchdown versus this defense and other tight end. Right. So remember, to running back 1, they've given up 3. 2 of those 3 reception touchdowns. White, we know who he is. He's a candidate. Of course, Ibuka is a candidate, right? He's got a touchdown in 4 of his last 5 games. And in total, he's averaging 1 touchdown a game. I can't talk you off any of that. You want to look at the reception or receiving yards or whatever the case may be, anything like that. They play in zone 75% of the time. He's pretty good versus zone. How about 24 receptions on 32 targets? And everything is pretty much green there. In zone, Emeka Ibuka, 4 touchdowns, 1 zone, 1 touchdown in man, 6 targets in man, only 1 catch in man, right? So indicating that you never know, man. He knows how to, a good route runner knows how to, find them holes in the zone. His physicality or his speed or something like, he might not be getting separation or anything, you know what I'm saying, in man. So, I don't know how that's going to work out for a lot of things there. Baker Mayfield, 67%, first read. Boom. Ibuka on first read, 30, right? He's looking for him ASAP. Baker Mayfield's going to have to do what he's going to have to do. If you think he can get the touchdowns, whatever case may be, his line sitting at 1.5 is definitely a parlay piece. If you want to take a parlay piece, you can use it, right? He's hit this number in 9 of his last 10 games at 1.5. Were you looking at receptions or rush yards or anything like that? Sometimes, he has to go out there and do what he has to do, right? This year, he's over his rush line in 3 of his last 5 games. Rush line sitting at 17.5. Rush attempts sitting at 3.5. He's over this number in 3 of his last 5 games as well. So it is what it is with that situation. Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray, Spencer Rattler, all those guys got there when it comes to their rushing attempts, okay? So that's another slot you could definitely take a look at there. For the parlay piece there, definitely I have to throw that up there, right? For the parlay piece when it comes to the passing TDs, definitely. If you want to go above that, then you're looking at straights. And like I said, this game is a 1 touchdown each half candidate here, okay? The Jacksonville Jaguars defense, game. Damn, my shit wasn't plugged up. Jacksonville Jaguars game here. I can't talk you off anything here, right? You're looking at, let's see here. So, who's going to be the tight end here? Let's see. Okay, this is the tight end here. Hunter Long. Johnny Munt, right? Okay. One of these tight ends might score. I'll tell you that. Let's see. So we're looking at tight ends. Defense versus pass catchers. Tight ends. Seattle, number 1, okay? 45 targets. They number 1 in receptions. They're number 3 in targets. Yardage, they're top 10, number 8, top 10 in yardage. You get the drift. Touchdowns, they are Seattle. They've given up 3, right? But we're looking at receptions here, right? Man. Last week, Buddy got hurt, man. That was crazy. Fucked up a lot of people's money, man. But so, Trevor Lawrence going up and down the field. I mean, 75 first read percentage, okay? That is Brian Thomas Jr., okay? Strange was in the fold. Travis Hunter, Diami Brown. So Hunter Long, right? He's got 2 touchdowns. 7 receptions on 8 targets. Munt, 4 targets, no catches. 2 receptions, no touchdown. I'm just plus 400 for a touchdown for him, man. I'm just letting you know, right? He could probably sneak in there. Or receptions, sitting at 2.5. He's going to be somebody, hey, I'm just trying to tell you, right? He's going to be out there, and what the defense can give up, they give up. I have to lean towards the over something here, right? Just to lean. I'll just just to lean, just so I don't forget, because I got about 20 more minutes here. I'm just gonna throw a heart right there so I don't forget, right? And keep it moving. But as far as Trevor Lawrence here, gotta look at his longest rush, 9.5. He's over this number in 3 of the last 5 games. You got to look at his rushing yards. And you don't have to look at it, but I just think he's going to start presenting that. So his rushing yards, he just had 54. These guys, they're not trying to lose, right? They're not trying to lose. Can you do a Mecca Ibuka 7 receptions? Man, his line is at 5.5 or maybe 6.5. I'm not going there, but I couldn't talk you off of it. I'm not going there though. But that game, yeah, I'm not going there. But I think it could be in play. It definitely could be in play, bro. Straight up, it could be in play, bro. Could be in play. I like Whites at 3.5. But here, rushing yards 17.5, and then his rushing attempts at 3.5. This is where I think I get in, where I fit in at, right? The rushing attempts here, this is where I get in at, right? We looked for this line last week. We looked for this line. It took us a while to catch it. You get it at a solid 4 on Prize Picks. You get it at 3.5 at a parlay piece and stuff like that. But he's on back-to-back games where he's went over this number. We looked for this number all last week, right? So what I want to do here is probably come over here to DraftKings and see if we could probably alter that number to about 5, something like that. Maybe. Tiff, she caught it last week for about, she seen it on one book. That was, okay, there go Trevor Lawrence right there, right? So you'll get 10 rushing attempts for him at plus 1,000, right? So let's see. You can ladder his attempts. They're going to have to try to put up points some shape, form, or fashion here, right? Let's see. Seven, 10, right? It could be a trend. It could be a trend, man. It could be trending upwards. Last week was the week. When I seen it, he got 7 versus San Francisco. Then I'm like, damn, versus Kansas City. They had to try to win this game. You know what I'm saying? They had to try to win this game. And you got to do what you got to do to try to win these games, by any means necessary. Now, how the offense is predicated and made up, it's kind of like set up for him, right? To me, because Brian Thomas Jr. and stuff like that, they're not getting a lot of stuff down the field and stuff like that. So, like I said, they got to try to move the ball any way they can, man, straight up. The rushing attempts is what I'll put there, right? Trevor Lawrence with the possibility of laddering it up, because right now you look on DraftKings, you can get 5, you can get 4 at a parlay piece, -106, 6 rushing attempts at +174. 8 at +450. I would if I'm laddering it, of course I'll take his baseline, the 6, the 8, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. You can't get that on FanDuel. Can't get that on FanDuel. Okay, and then out of the backfield, ETN could be somebody that you can look at. Let's take a look here. Rush attempts. I would be looking at receptions here, right? So 2.5 receptions for him. He's only over this line in two of his last 10 games, but sustainable, right? Is it sustainable for him to hitting those rush yards like that? I don't know. I don't think so. So the receptions could be in play for him, right? He's coming off of receiving. He had 3 receptions on 4 targets versus this team here, Kansas City there. So, this possibility they're going to be having to throw him the ball a couple more times here. So that's where I'm at with this situation, right? I do like Travis Etienne. I lean to over receptions for him. If game script have them, trailing, then they'll have to, move the ball some way. But I didn't put it up there. I'm going to like Trevor Lawrence. And then you can look at Trevor Lawrence. His touchdown is sitting at anytime touchdown. He had 2 last week, sitting at +360, right? So, I have, these quarterbacks been trending this year, going in there scoring. So you can't forget about that. On the flip side here, Sam Darnold, 70% first read, you know what I'm saying? First read, Jackson Smith and Jigma, 40, right? Like, he's getting super targeted, okay? He's getting super targeted. When you're looking at the receptions and stuff like that for him, it doesn't matter you getting there. I would straight bet it if I did, but, looking at his game log personally, 8 receptions on 9 targets, 4 receptions on 5 targets, 5 receptions on 6 targets, 8 for 10, 9 for 13. That's this year, right? You can get one of these 5 reception games, or you can get one of these 9, 10 reception games. We don't know how it's going to, fully turn out for him, but at the end of the day, he's in play. All right? Let me see here. So you don't need me to tell you that. 1.5 touchdown passes for somebody like Sam Darnold. If you want to get there, be my guest. A.J. Barner. Let me see. Receptions at 2.5. He's hit this number in back-to-back games. Receptions at 2.5. Let me see. They're playing 78% zone. He can go in there. He's got 7 receptions on 8 targets in zone. So he's got 4. He's 4 for 4 in man, and 7 for 8. They don't miss, right? They don't miss. So right now, 2.5 -135 for his reception. A.J. Barner. If you just want to go to somebody else, or whatever the case may be, it is what it is. Jacksonville versus the tight end. Jacksonville. Boom. Yard per catch. It's up there because I was just looking at the explosive plays, right? Allowed. 1 reception for 20. Longest reception. This is what he does, then. His longest reception is at 13.5. He can leak out. He's one of those guys that's been leaking out for a decent game. You see it, the 4 straight games. He's got to catch for at least 10 yards or better. Right now, the longest receptions is at 13.5. The thing about that, Jacksonville can give up explosive plays. We see that. Let's see. There should be a match. Explosive plays, right. Per game total for teams. Jacksonville, Jaguars. No. It's not what I'm looking at. I rarely look at this one here. So receiving, bam. Not even gonna look at it because I got the wrong. Exploitable defenses. Let me see something. Exploitable defenses. Passing, receiving, 100-yard receivers. Okay. I was just wondering. All right, back to where we were. Sneaky guy here for either his receptions and or his longest reception. He's hit his longest reception 3 of his last 4 games. It just is what it is, right? You like somebody. His receiving yards are set at what? 25.5. He's over this number in 3 of 5, right? So that's just a sneaky play. As far as the touchdowns on this side, of course, Jackson Smith and Jigba. And, we got the timeshare going on over here in the running back position between Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. Man, it makes it hard, right? Sometimes you can take these guys for 2, for 1 apiece, and just hopefully they get there. But when you're looking at the touchdowns this year, Charbonnet's got 3 touchdowns in every game except for 1. And then you look at I like what they're doing, though, keeping them guys healthy, and that's just a situation where I just will have to stay away from. This season, Kenneth Walker, 2 touchdowns here. He hasn't had a touchdown in 2 straight games. Could be today. It is what it is. I got about 13, 15 minutes with you guys. The Chargers here, what I did like here about this Chargers game here, I like the Chargers offense versus this bad Miami's defense. And I was definitely looking at the model consistency here when you're looking at Keenan Allen, okay? Especially in the receptions category. His line moved. It opened up at 4.5. If we was to put this at 4.5, it opened up at 4.5 early this week. We already did this. This was Tuesday. So that's why it's important to tune in, turn your notifications on, because we went over this Tuesday. This line opened up at 4.5. Now it's at 5.5. But 4.5, he's 100% to this number. And when you're looking at his anytime touchdown, he got a touchdown in 3 straight games. 3 of his last 5 games, and those was 3 straight games there. So this team plays zone, not 68. It don't matter which one they play at the end of the day, but he does have they're playing zone 70% of the time. He does have it. All 3 of his touchdowns come in versus zone. He's got 20 catches on 26 targets in zone. The running back situation here, Haskins, Kimani Vidal. I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. Because, they upgraded Nyheim Hines, and he gets busy in the passing category, but it is what it is. I was going to be on Oronde Gaston, but now Will Dissly's his plan, and it's a decent spot for tight ends, I want to say. Lad McConkey has been trending. Yes, last game he hit the touchdown, so, he could be on his way back up, shit like that. So what you see is what you get. Now, the last one, I've been looking at rushing, right? So when you're looking at Justin Herbert here for the quarterback, okay? Look at all that green down here. Green, right? Look at all that green. So we're going to go straight on to rushing yards. This season, he's over this number in 4 of his last 5 games. It's sitting at 10.5. Actually, that's first half rushes. So let me go back to full game. 21.5. He's over this number 4.5. 4 of his last 5 games. The rushing attempts, 4.5 rushing attempts. Everything is green here, right? You can look at the quarterbacks when you look at the attempts. Justin Field has 7. His line was 8.5. He did not get there. Josh Allen had 4. His line was 6.5. He did not get there. Drake May got there. He had 10 carries. Daniel Jones got there. He had 7 carries. And like I say, Bryce Young got there. He had 3. But at 4.5, they're showing the ability to get out of there on him at the end of the day. Rushing yards for quarterbacks, Justin Field had an 81er. Drake May had a 31er, and then Daniel Jones had an 826er. Justin Herbert just busted a 60-yarder the other day. And the rushing versus the quarterbacks here, as you can see here, it's all green, right? It's all green. Don't mean he's going to get there and none of that, but it's all green, okay? I do like A-Chain for his receptions. Looking at the touchdowns for A-Chain, he's got a touchdown in 4 or 5, so what can I say, right? The receptions is interesting here. They play in zone 76% of the time. He has a reception, 19 receptions on 25 zone targets, and then 4 or 5. He's just one of those guys that could get down there and get busy. Y'all already know. So the thing, my situation with this play here, do I think it's doable? Yes. Would I take the under? No. That's how I'm gonna talk. I haven't played it, right? He on my fantasy team today. That's just where I'm at with that situation. And then Darren Waller. Darren Waller. I've always liked Darren Waller. Don't know how I feel about this situation, but I know Darren Waller. He's an okay tight end. I know that, right? But I'm pretty much probably going to be off of these guys. I think it's probably, for me, it's probably going to be all things Chargers. Dallas Cowboys defense here. I'm Tedder McMillan here. He's the guy that I'm looking at. Wide receiver 2. This got 6 touchdowns versus this Dallas defense. Wide receiver 1 got 3 touchdowns versus this Dallas defense. Running back 1 got 3 touchdowns. That'll be Rico Dowdle. So he'll be looking at some revenge narrative situation here. I don't mind him for a touchdown, okay? You'll get Rico Dowdle's touchdown sitting at -1.8. No. He's in play for a touchdown, though, right? Now, running back here, Tedderroy McMillan. His receptions. Let me see. On price, so you got to go up to 5.5 to get plus money right now. It's a parlay piece. You got to go up to 5.5 to get plus money right now. Man, what's the score of this game, man? Hold up, man. Because these motherfuckers, they about to, let me see. Man, boy. You see why I don't bet games, man. Straight up. See why I don't bet games, man. Look at these motherfuckers over there struggling. Whew. Man. Golly. Let me see something. Shit, this shit crazy. I just need them by 7. Let me see something. I just need them by 7, fam. That's it. All right, so yeah, Tedderroy McMillan. I couldn't talk off anything for him, man. He's been pretty good. Shout out to him, So, and receivers been getting there versus this team, But the wide receiver 2, first read, let me see, first read, 33% for who the fuck's gonna be number 2? Leggett. 33% for Tedderroy McMillan, first read percentage. So whatever, right? Whatever. Running back. So lean towards the over receptions for Tedderroy McMillan. I don't know if I'm gonna get there, truthfully. And then Rico Dowdle for a touchdown. I couldn't talk off of that. Possibly 1.5 passing touchdowns. Possibly for Bryce Young versus this defense. If you want to make a mental note of Dallas probably playing good defense, playing good or something like that. But Justin Fields went over his 2 passing touchdowns. Jordan Love hit his number. Caleb Williams hit his number. Russell Wilson hit his number. Okay, So for Jalen Hurts did not, right? So 4 of the last 5 quarterbacks, including 3 in a row, went over 1.5 passing touchdowns. You'll get that for plus 113. So if you feel like, hey, well, some of these guys, whatever, right? Looking at the defense, I'm going to tell you like this. Wide receiver 2 got 2 reception touchdowns. 6 receiving touchdowns. Wide receiver 1 got 3 receiving touchdowns. Running back 1, 3 rushing, and that's it, right? So at the end of the day, if you don't know who's going to get the touchdowns, but you pretty much feel like you're going to throw 2, take the 1.5 passing touchdowns if you want. Rushing touchdown, I'll be looking at Dowdle here. So what are the numbers here? Cowboys touchdown scores. Dowdle minus 130, right? So I like that. I like it. I think I think they can move the ball and get down there. I mean, shit. Why wouldn't I like that? And then this extra narrative for him to get a touchdown, I'll add that up there, right? Bang. All right. As far as Dallas concerned here, I mean, Ferguson, man. Ferguson, we first read, Dak Prescott, we know he's going 64% of the time. He can spread it around too, but the first read target, Jake Ferguson, he's that, he's the guy there, right? So Carolina defense, Look at Carolina defense versus this green, man. Look at that. They green as hell, right? So let me come over here. Let me go over here. Defense versus position, defense versus pass. Catchers. We're going to go tight and we're going to see. So per game, right? 80 yards, Carolina, number 1. 80 yards per game. They've given up 3 touchdowns to the tight end. This is per game. Targets per game to the tight end position through 5 weeks. Carolina, 7.6. So, over total, right? Targets, Carolina, top 10. Receptions, Carolina, number 7, top 10. Yards, Carolina, number 1. So this is indicating like maybe he could get the longest reception, all that shit. Hit that number. Yards per catch, is that correct? Number 1. What the hell? Let's go see what's going on here, right? So Ferguson, yeah. Tight ends. Julian Hill, 4 receptions. A tight end 2. 4 receptions on 5 targets. Darren Waller, 5 receptions on 5 targets. Darren Waller long was 34. Hunter Henry had a 31-yarder on him. They just going out there and forgetting the tight end out there, a player too, and they getting gashed, right? Hunter Henry, 2 receptions on 2 targets for 31 long there. Austin Hooper, 1 target, 1 catch, 24 yards. Kyle Pitts, a 17-yarder. Trey McBride, 6 catches, 7 targets, reception long, 31, right? So, tight ends lighting their ass up. You can see all this green right here, so it is what it is. But this here, Jake Ferguson is actually that dude for them. You see what I'm saying? This ain't just no, man, I hope this tight end get this. No, this is that dude for him. 9 receptions, 13 receptions, 7 receptions on 7 targets, reception on 9 targets. So it is what it is. His line is sitting at 5.5. They playing zone 81% of the time. Jake Ferguson, 31 receptions on 34 targets. That's chemistry like in science class, right? So he's in play for everything. His anytime touchdown is going to be sitting at plus 160, man, on FanDuel. So it is what it is with that situation, right? One great or very, 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 very nice spot. And then Javonte Williams, touchdown candidate. Of course, he's the running back, right? I'm probably going to play. Let me see what his number is. I might have to. No, it's not going to be. It's not a good number. Minus 165. Definitely a parlay piece. I'm putting that up there on the strength. Don't matter what, right? He's got 5 touchdowns on this season here. Actually, no, he's got 6 touchdowns. So shout out to Javonte Williams. So let me go back. So one of these guys is going to hit their longest reception here. Either it's going to be Ferguson and or Pickens. 26 this season here. 26 last week. 19 versus the Giants. Okay. 4 of the last 5 touchdowns, tight ends hit their longest reception. Actually, four touchdowns hit their shit. Tight ends hit their shit. What about Pickens here? Longest touchdown, longest reception. Pickens at 25.5. Jalen Waddle got a 46 on them. Diggs got a 33. Keyshawn Boutte, 18. Okay. Yeah, Darnell Mooney, 21. No. Yeah. Darnell Mooney, Ray Cloud. All right. They can give up explosive plays here and there. They give up 6 passes, 30 yards or more. George Pickens, man. Pickens could be in line for that too, okay? So 2 longest reception candidates in Pickens and Ferguson. Touchdown for me, Ferguson and Javonte Williams, and you can do something like a long ass bomb for somebody like Ferguson. Pickens and a touchdown. His touchdown is at plus 130. Ferguson at plus 160. I'm gonna have to take a stab there, and a parlay piece for Javonte Williams. He's also capable of getting 2. Tennessee Titans, because I'm getting ready to New England, the Saints, Cincinnati, Green Bay. Definitely I like Tongas. I'm going to like Kraft here too. Detroit Lions. All right. So I got to get ready to go, get my stuff together. But for these last games, let me see if I can show you all these tickets from Mackie real quick. And put something together for sure, too. Let's see. I was trying to find it, man. I'll see, though. I got you. I'm finna see right now. Let's see. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, nobody in and nobody out. I ain't gonna lie in that one. Let me see. 1 second here. Let me see if I can get this. If I can get these plays up for Mackey. One second here. I think there's the plays right here. Let's see. 9th, 11th. All right, here goes some picking cards right here. Let's see. Here goes some plays from Mackey right here. Hold on. Yeah, he's giving us Julian Hill, 1.5 receptions. Parker, 1.5 reception. Tremaine Brisson, 1.5 reception. Kyron Williams, 2.5 receptions. Cooks, 1.5. Demario Douglas, 1.5. 25 receiving yards for Barner. Parker Washington, 13.5. I don't mind that. Xavier Legette, 4 targets. That's reasonable. Kyron Williams, 12.5 receiving yards. Brandon Cook, 16.5 receiving yards. Jalen Warren, 16.5 receiving yards. Tony Pollard, 10.5 receiving yards. Luke Farrell, 3.5 receptions. Receiving yards. Sterling Shepard, 31.5 receiving yards. Iosovas, 14.5 receiving yards. I know I butchered this name. Luke Musgrave, 3.5 yards, receiving yards. And Noah Fant, 12.5 receiving yards. Jonathan Taylor, 16.5 receiving yards. Bryson, 5.5 receiving yards. Hopkins, 13.5 receiving yards. Tutu, 13.5. Cooks, 16.5. And Joku, 36.5. Overs. Last but not least, Barner, 25.5 receiving yards. Zay Flowers, 44.5 receiving yards. Kyron Williams, 12.5 receiving yards. Hunter Henry, 40.5 receiving yards. Quinshawn Judkins, 9.5 receiving yards. Jalen Warren, 17.5 receiving yards. Okay. That was some looks from Mackey right there. And, yeah. Let me see. Go back here. I can take that off then. Run that back up. All right. Take that off then. A touchdown parlay. All right. I'm gonna pause this. A touchdown parlay. All right. Let's get a touchdown parlay going, right? Shit. How about we go to Jake Ferguson. Pictures in the Saints. Let's see what I got here set to the side here. Pittman, Henry, Judkins, Warren, Tongus, McCaffrey, Mac Jones, Rashad White, Mayfield. Damn, Long, Russell, Ferguson, Williams. I'm looking for plus money touchdowns, right? Not I'm looking for plus money touchdowns. So I'm gonna have to add in some wide receivers and stuff like that, right? So Pittman, I'm gonna put Pittman up there plus 175. So I'm gonna put him up there. Rashad White, I really want to put him up there. I'll be probably parlaying him and Christian McCaffrey for a touchdown, so that's a play that I'm probably going to be playing. Tucker Kraft is interesting for me. Let me see something here. Tight ends. Let's see. Tight ends. Targets. Cincinnati's giving up 4 touchdowns to the tight end position. Targets, they're number 2. Receptions, Cincinnati is number 4. Yards, Cincinnati is number 4. Yards per catch, whatever. Red zone targets, they've given up the second most red zone targets to tight ends and the second most touchdowns to tight ends. Let's take a look at Kraft. Okay. Josh Jacobs is a multiple touchdown candidate, but let's take a look at Kraft. Okay. One through the air. Kraft at plus 165. Three leg, 4 leg, 3 leg, 5 leg. Hunter Long, man, sitting there at 300. Brown Steelers. I just don't know which Steeler to go to. Chargers and Dolphins. Do we just go to Keenan Allen? I don't know. He hasn't had a touchdown in 2 games. And then Ladd McConkey had a touchdown last week. Any of those guys are in play for real, right? So for plus money plays, okay. Bam, Devontae Adams. Let's go Ferguson, Pittman, Kraft, Devontae. Yeah, let's do that. Okay? How about that? It don't matter, right? You know. If you're trying to win 100, you can put $2.53 on that to win $100. Right? If you're trying to win 500, put $12.65 on that if you're trying to win 500. You feel me? That's just on FanDuel. Right? Let me see, jobs. Let me see. 1 second, guys. Now, these guys here, I'm getting ready to play all. I'm playing all these guys straight. Okay, all these guys straight. Do one more parlay. Um, how about we go over here to DraftKings, and then we go. I'm picking up some of these plays here. How about we go? Trevor Lawrence. Oh shit, Junkins. I could have added Junkins to that play. I could have added Junkins there. Let's add Junkins. 5 leg. I'm probably end up round robin in that. Round robin that. I'll probably play it at 4 and 5, right? Junkins. Well, I'm playing them. I'm betting them for a touchdown. So however you want to do it, okay? But we put Junkins over there. Bam. So if you want to win 100 the bucks, you ain't got to do nothing. Put $1.14 on there to win 100, okay? You want to crack them, throw you 100 on that. Almost get you 9 bands. $10 get you 800. $5 get you 4 something, right? Of course it's not gonna hit, but y'all get the drift. DraftKings. Let's go. Dallas Cowboys. Rams. How about we go? Let's do a parlay, right? Passing TDs. Let's go. 2 for Stafford. Boy, I don't mind that 2 for Herbert. Drake May. Darnold for 2. Jordan Love. Baker Mayfield. Let's try Baker for 2. Early games, right? Try Baker for 2. Let's go rushing props. Okay. Of course, we know it's not. We know it's not gonna hit, but you know we gonna try it. Shit, we gonna try it. Rushing props. How about the ones that we've seen? Rushing attempts. Let's go. Quarterbacks. It was Trevor Lawrence. Let's go 4 for Trevor Lawrence. 4. Okay, I gotta go. It was Mac Jones, right? Go to the Russian props over attempts over under. Russian attempts over under. Um, Look at Denver, man. I took Denver with the 7. That's crazy. Whatever, man. Man. Oh, maybe 1.5 passing touchdowns for Dak. I got to go back and look. Maybe that, but I do want to put the plays we got together here. Oh, really? Then they not giving us that. Hmm. Mm. Not giving us the Mac Jones. Okay. All right. Go back to passing props here. Passing TDs. What about Dak? 2 at -125. Damn, that's so fishy there. So fishy there. Mm. All right, let me go back to one of these plays. Oh, rushing yards, 5.5 for Mac Jones. Let's take that. 5.5. 5.5 for Mac Jones. Rushing props, rushing yards. Hmm. They're not giving us Mac Jones rushing yards either. They're gonna make me go take him for a fucking touchdown. That's what they're gonna make me do. Not on this book, at least. Okay, what other plays I got in here? Let me see what I got in this. We got Baker Mayfield 2 passing touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence. How about we just do a chalky one? Put some chalk plays in here. Trevor Lawrence 4 rushing attempts. Baker Mayfield 2 passing touchdowns. Stafford's 2 passing touchdowns. How about TD scorers? How about Jonathan Taylor for a touchdown? How about Javonte Williams? Karen Williams. And then how about from the Packers? Just throw some chalk pieces in there. Some chalk pieces. Josh Jacobs, okay? So Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield, both of them for 2 touchdowns apiece. Passing. Trevor Lawrence, 4 rushing attempts. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown. Kyron Williams. You could actually break it up. That's probably what I should do. With some of these chalkier touchdown players, that's what I might end up doing. Just, I'm not going to put those together, right? Maybe put Jonathan Taylor, Kyron Williams, Josh Jacobs, and probably Javonte Williams in there for a touchdown. Might do it like that. Might just break it into parts like that. And then maybe break it into parts like that, right? Because these 3 guys right here, you'll probably get a touchdown for these guys at about plus 200 or something, maybe plus 300. for all three of these guys to get a touchdown, and that's okay. I don't mind that. Maybe an extra leg, but 3 legs, that should be fine. On some plus 250, plus 300 type of shit, something like that. Bet. But if you want to put them all together, you can. I'll just say this: these 3 can go in a parlay. Stafford, Mayfield, Trevor Lawrence rushing attempts, and then Jonathan Taylor, Kyron Williams, and Josh Jacobs. You could mix in yeah. Let me see. Either way I go, I got to go start plugging in 5 minutes, right? So these 3 here could go on the lay, and these 3 here can go on the lay. Not nothing super spectacular or nothing like that. And then Prize Picks, since I didn't get anything in here, let's see. Let's go over to touchdown. What do they got for us for touchdowns on Prize Picks? Derrick Henry is what? That's not a... that's a regular one. Yeah, that's not a goblin or nothing like that. I'll take that. Okay, do a 6 leg over here. Let's see. Ferguson. Adams. I got 4 or 5 minutes to put this one together. And I'm out. Jalen Warren. DK Metcalf. Caleb Johnson. Scrolling. Trevor Lawrence is a candidate. Smith and Jiggan been scoring as of late. Kenneth Walker, they got him at 2. Like, what are we doing? Oh, 1. Oh, you get 1 as a demon for him too. Barner, Parker Washington, Bayshell Tootin, Cooper Kupp, Xavier Legette, Dak Prescott, Tommy Tremble, 149, George Pickens, Devontae is a demon, a goblin, Rico Dowdle, Rico Dowdle, okay, get him up there. Hunter Renfro, Jawan Jackson, Taysom Hill, awesome. Demario Douglas, Kendrick, man. All right, we'll get. I was scared to play him over there, but I'll play him over here. We'll get Keenan Allen in there. We will get. I got interest in Michael Mayer, okay? Michael Mayer, right? I have to go back and look at his lines. We'll put, he's not a, I was going to put Aston Genty in there, but I don't want to put no Goblin in there. Christian from McCaffrey. How about White? Rashad White. Damn, he got him at 1.5. Rashad White. Emeka Egbuka at 1.5. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. What about Kraft? Let's get Kraft back in there in another one. Right here. Boom. Kraft. David Montgomery. And I don't mind Kareem Hunt, okay? Kareem Hunt. That's 6. All right. Little different here. Derrick Henry, Rico Dowdle, Keenan Allen, Tucker Kraft, David Montgomery, Kareem Hunt, okay? So we'll run that. I'm going to end up putting like $5 on this, right? That'll get me, what, $250. And then here, Jake Ferguson, Pittman, Kraft, Devontae Adams, Quinshawn Judkins. Right, I like this one here. It's going to be a 5 leg. Then I'm coming back and playing that 4 leg, and I'm playing all these straight though. Okay, that's the important thing, right? I'm playing all these straight. Ferguson, Pittman, Kraft, Adams, Judkins, right? All of them good plus money too. So don't need to hit all of them to get in the green. Okay, and then where were we? You can do these how you want to. You can split them up for these passing and quarterback props. You can put them in one parlay, and then these three rushing props here, you can put them in one parlay. Jacobs, Kyron Williams, Jonathan Taylor, or you can put them all together. All together, it's going to get you what? That plus 1,000. You got Jacobs, Kyron Williams, Jonathan Taylor, Trevor Lawrence, Baker Mayfield, Matthew Stafford, all those guys, right? I'm probably gonna have to play them like that, right? But I'm getting ready to play. I'm getting ready to lay my straights down. The list that I got from Prop Finder and more. What I do want to say here is, hold up one second. What I do want to say here is Michael Mayer. I like Michael Mayer. His receptions is probably gonna see it. What? 2025, 3.5. I can see instances where he could get there. I can. Opponents. Versus this Tennessee defense, I can see him getting there. Okay. So I lean towards the 3.5. You'll get that at plus 100. You can use 2.5 as a parlay piece if you want to. He's not a bad tight end. Okay. He's not a bad tight end. He's not, right? Or you could look at his touchdown if you want to, and you'll get a touchdown for him at plus 230. Would have thought it would have been more than that, but it is what it is, okay? The plays that I do have put up there, we got Pittman, anytime TD, Henry, anytime TD, Judkins, Warren, 2.5 reception, Tongus, anytime TD plus 300, McCaffrey, whatever you want to do for him, right? Receiving yards, all that, right? I'm not taking his rushing yards though. But all things receiving, longest reception, all that, I like it. Mac Jones, rushing attempts and or rushing yards at 5.5. White, touchdown for White, 3.5 receptions for White. Baker Mayfield, if you want to go up to 3, be my guest. 2 passing touchdowns is a parlay piece. Painful ass touchdown for somebody like Long and or his receptions. The spot is there for him. Probably won't get there though, but more than likely, hey, Trevor Lawrence, his rushing attempts at 3.5 is a parlay piece, but you can ladder him up. He's had 7 receptions. Rushing attempts and 10 rushing attempts in his last 2 games. You get 10 rushing attempts for him at plus 1,000. Anytime touchdown for him, 1 touchdown at plus 360. You probably get 2 touchdowns for Lawrence at plus 5, 6, 7, 8,000. Jake Ferguson, one of the top tight ends on the board today. Touchdown sitting at plus 160. Even if you don't get there, I love the value for it. Love the spot for him. He's over 7 receptions, I think, in every game this year. We'll see what's going to happen. Javonte Williams, a touchdown or two candidate, but probably won't go there, right? A bunch of more plays that we talked about that I didn't list here. Take care, y'all. Take care. Peace out.